Hi friends, my name is Al or Lilstarnerd. Welcome to today's video. I have finished another sketchbook, which means it's time to do, well I haven't. We're finishing it today. We're doing the last spread today. We're gonna do the last spread and then I don't think the next week, but the week after should be the sketchbook tour. I think there's a video in between, but stay tuned for that. In this video, you're gonna watch me finish this sketchbook, and I'm gonna also provide a lot of context for like how I felt about this sketchbook, how keeping it went, all that sort of stuff. I already have a plan. I know exactly what I wanna do. It came to me on a walk. And I took a reference photo based off that thought, and then the photo I ended up taking is nothing like the thought that I had. So we're just doing something else. But I'm excited about it. I'm doing acrylic in my sketchbook. I don't know if I've ever done acrylic in this sketchbook before, but I wanted to do acrylic on paper because I have been liking doing that. So that's what we're doing. Before we start the process of the piece, let's talk about today's sponsor, Ana Luisa. Ana Luisa jewelry elevates your everyday. They offer long-lasting, tarnish-resistant jewelry that you can feel good about wearing. Their designs are affordable, starting at just $39. Also, all their pieces are strength and humidity tested. They offer free and fast US shipping and returns, and also affordable worldwide shipping. All of their products are backed by a 2-year warranty, but they do extensively test their products against things like allergies, tarnishing, breakage, etc. So guaranteed you're gonna love what you get. What I love about Ana Luisa is that they craft with the planet in mind. Ana Luisa is carbon neutral and climate neutral certified, which is amazing, and I love working with them for that reason. I love to see companies caring. Not to mention, the jewelry that they make is so gorgeous, so beautiful. Today I am wearing my favorite earrings that I've ever gotten from them, and I wear them all the time in every video. I've had them forever. I wear them in the shower, I wear them at the beach, no issues. Literally, they still look brand new. And I'm also wearing some new adorable earrings and this really, really adorable bracelet that I am absolutely obsessed with. I love that their jewelry feels very artsy but sophisticated. And as a creative, as an artist, if you're watching, definitely check down below for that link so you can get yourself some cute, artsy, classy jewelry. You can use my discount code Lilstarnerd20, which I will put on screen and down below for you to get 20% off your purchase. Thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring. Now let's get into the art. So this sketchbook, this was such a trip, a journey. It feels like I honestly didn't even really keep a sketchbook for the last few months. You know, now that I'm saying that, I'm realizing that that's really very true and probably a huge point in all this struggle and strife with my sketchbooks. I've been pulled in so many different directions, it literally doesn't even feel like I had a sketchbook to keep up with. It was pretty much the last thing on my mind and to-do list all the time, which is a shame. But I'm really hoping that all of that was temporary. By the time you see this, I should already be recovering from my surgery, and I should be at the start of a new and hopefully different time of my life. Now that the summer is officially over, I have a lot less on my plate than I did the last few months, or literally the entire first half of the year. And what is still on my plate is my own work and my own life stuff, which is great, and it's absolutely what I have been waiting for. Let me backtrack a bit. If you don't know already, maybe you're new here or you don't watch all of my videos, I do this thing where I almost always use this specific sketchbook, the Strathmore Mixed Media Series 500, and I try to complete it within 3 months. This started pretty arbitrarily and sort of just as like a small, silly personal challenge. Before I started doing this, I was spending like 6 or 7 months in sketchbooks, and I didn't like that. By the time I was halfway through, I started hating the book. I wanted to move on to the next one, but I couldn't before I finished that one. But because I didn't want to be in that book anymore, my motivation to work in it was low, which made it even harder to finish it. I really only drew in it when I specifically already had inspiration or motivation or whatever. So I was never really pushing myself and wasn't drawing nearly enough as I wanted to be. I was getting sick of it, and since this is literally my job, I was like, you know, why am I not spending more time in my sketchbooks, as much time as possible in them, and working through them faster when it's like the main part of my job? So I started that challenge just for funsies and then ended up sticking to it because I realized it was just better and not much of a hassle. Was it particularly beneficial? No, to be honest. I got more sketchbook tours out of it, which helps my channel. I avoided the issue of getting sick of sketchbooks, and I got more practice in. But was it a life-changing experience? No, it was it wasn't harmful. It wasn't a bad thing, so I stuck with it. But these last 2 sketchbooks, and particularly this one, I've really struggled with those deadlines. My life has been so incredibly busy and I just didn't have the time to work as often in my sketchbook. With the way I split it up, I basically have to fill 20 pages within a month. So not every day, but like most days, which normally really isn't that bad at all. Before, that fit just really easily into my schedule. It was not difficult to keep up with. But now that I've been so busy, most days are filled with either life stuff or helping other people out. And between all that, I had to prioritize work stuff that I really couldn't skip, like YouTube videos and things for other people with deadlines. And then by the time I was done with all of that stuff, I was either already working a super long day, or I was just so tired and I didn't have the energy to draw, or both. So I think maybe when I started this sketchbook, or really early into this sketchbook, I said that if the following one was also hard to keep up with the deadline, then I would change the rules, basically. I would drop the deadline. Because ideally, I should have a lot more time and energy to dedicate to myself now, and I will be able to properly balance work and life again, and therefore have the regular time and ability to work in my sketchbook. I really hope. If not, guys, I do not know what's going on. I really should have more time. I'm really hoping. And it will be great, you know what I mean, if that's true. That would be amazing. I think it will be. I don't see any reason that it wouldn't be true, but there's always a chance. I always seem to be so stupid busy. But I really should have a lot more personal structure now, and I really do want to get back to regular sketchbooking because it does make me really happy. I think it's a super important part of my job and practice as an artist. I don't want to get to the point where the only art I ever do is stuff that I kind of have to do or stuff I'm prompted to do, whether it's for a commission or a company or for a video or anything like that. I feel like that's a lot of what I've been doing lately, is like literally all my work isn't for me or really from me, but it's just a product of me having to make art to check a box on a list or something like that. Not that I haven't liked the art that I've been making or that I haven't been enjoying it. I've actually loved like a lot of what I've been able to make lately. I just want to be able to look at my practice as a whole and feel like it's satisfactory and to feel like it's for me and my own enjoyment. Even though it's literally my job, I don't want it to turn into just my job. I want to do what I can to keep the passion and excitement and enjoyment of it alive for me, which can definitely be hard once you attach so much pressure and responsibility to that thing, right? And like I said, I think sketchbooking is a huge part of that. For me, it's definitely a weird, like, liminal space where everything has to be both good and bad, finished and sketchy, and filled with practice and marketable pieces. I think it's like a workbook for me. You know, sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's work, and some stuff I like and some stuff I don't. But no matter what, it's stuff that makes me think about my art and what I want to be doing, and it helps me get to where I want to be. I think without sketchbooking and that safe place to get ideas down and try new things and experiment and swatch and doodle and waste time, I would probably be so incredibly stagnant with my art. Especially as someone who likes to get out of my comfort zone and try new things, but also struggles with creativity and originality and fear of failure, having a place like my sketchbook just allows me to accomplish so much more. So yeah, my point is, no matter what, I will be emphasizing sketchbook work moving forward. Whether or not I continue the 3-month thing is up in the air, but I'm hopeful. I might, add an extra month, make it 4 months, which is really not that big of a deal, but I really like how neatly 3 months fits into the year. I like that I can get 4 sketchbooks out of each year. But I definitely don't think it's like that deadline and the minor benefits from it are worth like continually struggling in my sketchbook and not enjoying it. So if I'm dealing with the same issues, it's not worth ruining my experience with my sketchbook. I'll extend that deadline however long I need to enjoy it again. This sketchbook in particular was a really weird one, which isn't shocking at all, so was the last one. It's probably very similar to my last experience. I honestly didn't really have any goals or anything for this sketchbook. I knew that I wasn't really going to have time to work in it, and I knew that based on the last sketchbook, trying to force through those struggles wasn't super fun or helpful. Like, I didn't really want to have high expectations for this sketchbook and then be disappointed at the end. Because I didn't have enough time, I knew I would be struggling and fighting through it, so I didn't want to create those goals. The other thing was, I wasn't feeling super, into art during a good portion of this sketchbook. There were definitely moments here and there when I already had an idea for a piece that I was super excited for and was really enjoying it. And then there were times that I just like wanted to do art. And so, I did it because I wanted to. I didn't necessarily have an idea, but there were times that I was into art when I was doing sketchbook work. But a lot of other times I was doing the same stuff I talked about in the video of me doing the first page of this book. I was spending a lot of time with family while I still could, but I also got really into some of my other hobbies. The natural separation I had with art, in which I wasn't, I was really only doing the things that I had to do. I wasn't spending a lot of free time on art. That allowed me to kind of just get into other things. And I got really into those other things. I got into books and reading and American Girl dolls and sewing and stuff like that. So yeah, my goal for this sketchbook when I started it was literally to just get through it. Like I didn't even say finish it, I don't think. I think I literally just said get through it and have fun when I could. And I think I did that. The bar was super low, but I'm still thrilled that this sketchbook wasn't a pain to keep. It didn't give me grief or stress me out. Even when I was desperately trying to finish it in time, I still wasn't stressed or angry or sick of it. I had fun in quite a few pages, and I finished it. Or, well, at least as close to finished as I could get without forcing myself to work when I didn't want to. Like, I'm considering this a finished book. But now, let's talk about what this final spread is. This page was totally meaningless. It was just a random make it gay that I wanted to do. And like I said, I had no goals for the sketchbook. So it was, as a whole, there was really no underlying theme, no thread to tie it all together, even kind of subtly. Maybe there were a few themes, but nothing like subject-wise. The book doesn't even feel like one complete experience. Instead, it's just a bunch of pages I threw in one place. Therefore, I did not feel the need to have any sort of amazing, mind-blowing, or meaningful final spread in any way, shape, or form. The final spread is just something that randomly came to me, much like half the things in this sketchbook. I was on a walk and I was wondering what the last spread was gonna be. I really couldn't think of anything except for the fact that there were like 3 or 4 books that I really needed to urgently read. And then I thought, there you go. That's what it'll be. Books. And my brain cycled through 5 or 6 options of what the piece could look like, and I settled on what I thought might be the best composition-wise, came home, tried to take the reference picture, and it just looked ridiculous. It wasn't really physically possible. So I had to make some tweaks, and I finally came to something that was close enough to the original idea that I went with it. I did the grid and sketch off camera because I really needed to get it done as quickly as possible so I could streamline the filming process. So that was done before in 2 passes because the first draft was really ugly. I always find it really hard to use myself as a reference. I don't know if it's because I'm biased because it's my face or if it's really true, but I feel like I have a really weird and distinct face. It's hard to use it for reference because I feel like my features don't translate well into other features, so it always ends up either looking way too much like me, which I don't want, or weird because I try too hard to make it not look like me, and that doesn't seem to work on my face. So even once it's done, the face is a little strange in this piece. You might also notice that the pose is strange. That was obviously kind of the major point. The original piece idea, was someone being all cramped up while reading so their whole body would fit into the pages. But like I said, the original pose just didn't work, so I had to sit a different way. But then the way I ended up sitting, it was just me cross-legged and hunched over. It wasn't weird enough to be worth being, it's just a person reading, you know what I mean? So I put my arm through my leg to hold the book, which is honestly how I sit kind of often. I find it very comfortable, but I thought it made a good, interesting visual. I decided to do the piece in acrylic, no particular reason, other than I wanted to. I like doing that, and I thought it would be a fun way to finish the sketchbook, something different and random, kind of like the entire book is. It actually was a pretty quick and easy process. It came pretty easily to me. I tried to keep a pretty quick pace and the mentality of it's just a sketchbook. So, I didn't really worry about covering every inch of the paper and making it super perfect. So that kept me moving pretty quickly. And I had a lot of fun doing it, which always helps the process. Okie dokie. Here it is. There we go. Sketchbook complete. I like it. You know what I mean? One thing that I'm really trying to remind myself is like when I do these things is like, it's sketchbook work. Like it doesn't have to be pretty. The background is see-through. It's literally just yellow, but I don't care. It's just a sketchbook piece. But like overall, I think it's fine. Like I think it's fine. I think it's cute. It's a spread, you know? It's not really a spread. It's just kind of a piece, but whatever. So thirsty today. I have insane dry mouth. Oh my God. Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I think it's funky. And I've been reading a lot. I have already read Catcher in the Rye. That's not what I'm reading right now. It was just the first book that I grabbed when I was trying to take the reference photo. I've also been really feeling like the yellow and the orange. I'm looking through my sketchbook and like there's a decent amount. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like that's been the colors that I've been gravitating to, at least for the past week. Anyways, that's the video. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, the whole shebang. You know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to stay tuned for the sketchbook tour, which should be coming soon. Like within 2 weeks, I think. I'm pretty sure. It'd be weird if it didn't. Thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring. Make sure you click the link down below to check them out and find some jewelry. Seriously, they have adorable, adorable stuff. I'm gonna go wash your hands, read a book, and go do some art. Bye. See you later. See you next time.